and would rather work around it. We'll see, though. Impact in the top lane. Very, very open about his deep champion pool. Lee Sin right off the bat, though. Rush also very open about his small champion pool and very preferred #1 champion of Lee Sin. So.
And maybe Jarvan. So interestingly, Team Impulse bans Ahri, the champion that Winterfox had 5 opportunities to pick for themselves and didn't last game.
Yeah, I feel like they would put a higher priority and actually take it this time.
Yeah, we were all surprised with that one.
I think it's a good ban.
I do too. Next up, Nidalee goes away from Xiao or Rush, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, also Pobelter. I mean, usually a lot of teams focus bans on Pobelter here, but Team Impulse actually branching out and going to do a jungler of their own. Jarvan and Lee Sin, though, those are the 2 champions that Rush has played, so maybe we will finally get to see his Kha'Zix. At the current state of the game, though, I'm very scared if they do pick up Kha'Zix. He's fairly squishy, and if they don't get going early, he's more of a liability in the current state of the game.
Yeah, maybe you can fall back on some poke, but it's not going to be all that strong. Rengar goes away from Helios, so 2 jungle bans per side if you count Nidalee as that. If you watch European LCS, you'd believe, yep, they're generally junglers. Winterfox now choosing their first pick. This is still 5.2, so Gnar still has about an 18-second long passive.
Lissandra's up. Definitely one of my favorite early picks because she doesn't give away a lot. She's good in almost all compositions. She's just a very strong champion in general. Put a lot of priority on her. Of course, Impact has shown a tendency to really lean towards Rumble, so it wouldn't really take away too much from Tip. Pobelter's Kassadin, though. Speaking of putting him back on Assassin champions.
Good. All right, Winterfox fans, you should be smiling right now.
Let's get one of the best Assassins in League of Legends. And again, then the Rumble does pop his head up there for Impact for a second.
So that'll be pretty happy then. Winterfox have the playmaker. We'll see what they can supplement him with. We can see if Xiao can bully him out. There's a whole lot of questions to be answered here.
Whoa!
Leona picked right away. I wouldn't expect Rumble to be contested, but Rek'Sai is the jungle pick for Rush.
So the early Leona pick and a jungler pick here for Team Impulse. They want to get counter picks for their lane. They want to see where Kassadin is going to go there. They're hoping Winterfox will commit that. They do have guaranteed at least last 1 counter pick here. But they want to try and get both solo lanes and get Winterfox to commit to that one. So early Leona pick, basically they just don't want to give away solo lanes here.
Oh man, but it's going to give so many great power picks away to Winterfox. You talked about how much you like Lissandra. I agree. She's a great champion in many fronts. Her wave clear is good on defense. Her engage is great on offense. She can even peel for a ranged heavy team. Very flexible, this champion. Altec also given a lot of damage to deal for himself with Graves. I like this Winterfox team comp already.
Yeah, I mean, really Lissandra's only weakness is chaining hard CC on her. And when you get to the point where a champion's only weakness is being stunned from 100% to 0, that's a pretty good situation to be in. So let's see. A lot of people actually on Lissandra, we have seen quite a few start building Rod of Ages to try to protect against that, a little bit more health, just to pad that and get a little extra time to get off one of her invulnerability spells. Yeah. But man, very strong double solo lanes here from Winterfox. Both of them are AP, so it doesn't really matter if they switch around who's going mid or who's going top as far as lane matchups and itemizing against them. But it will probably be the Kassadin in mid lane for Pobelter.
Yeah, seems likely here on this one. I definitely agree. And also keep in mind, it is a double AP comp, so we expect to see Spectre's Cowl probably very early from both
buffed in this
Impact
match.
And Rush. Yeah, buffed for the laning phase, but also it means that then if Altec gets off the ground, no one's got armor for the first 20 minutes of the game, and he gets to turn on the mid-game carry pants. Now, Team Impulse do have a very good team fighting comp. It seems pretty straightforward as well.
Yeah, I mean, they do have some good lockdown here with Maokai, Rek'Sai, and Leona all being able to chain their CC into each other. However, Kassadin and Lissandra are 2 very good champions at avoiding that lockdown. So we'll see if Impact can just brute force this one, because it's very obvious. Team Impact's composition here is one mode, and it's forward, and they just want to catch someone out in the open.
Yep.
Just pop Sivir's move speed, and they're going to have the front line run at you. This is one of those stampede teams. We'll see what they lock in last for Xiao, but regardless, it won't change the way that they're going to play it. I mean, it would work well with it. Maokai
Yeah.
plus Yasuo is one of my oldest and favorite combinations. And he just loves the champion.
I was just
He's
laughing.
cracking up. All right, it probably won't be Yasuo again, but you never know. All right. Meanwhile, the Vi was locked in too. So while Winterfox have these strong mobile solo lanes, they also have ridiculous solo target lockdown. So, and they locked it into Sivir. I hate playing Vi into Sivir. Like, that is one of the very few champions that will actually discourage me from picking Vi. I'll pretty much pick it regardless, but that's one of the few that I do not like.
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to think what that pick is really for in the first place. Interestingly, Team Impulse go for a double AD comp. That surprised me a lot. It's a whole bunch of hard engage, then suddenly you picked Ezreal. Now, Maokai is a good defensive team fighter, but this team has basically no peel. They early picked Leona and then said, you know what, let's just go double AD. They don't even have like a good magic damage dealer.
I mean, Maokai Rek'Sai can be used as pretty decent peel. The thing is, Lissandra and Vi are two of the hardest to peel against, and Kassadin as well. I mean, it's very difficult to, especially when there's a black shield on the other team.
Yeah.
But man, double AD. I'm not really a fan of it in the first place, but I don't know. They do have the Sivir, so they have that utility. So they have a really strong mid game. Basically, what you're looking for with double AD is not let the other team get to the point where they have a single tank building full armor. And since Winterfox's only single tank would be the Vi that would get to that point, it's a really late game because a jungler takes a long time to get to that point where she can really stuff a double AD composition here. Coach is really getting into it. Very happy with their performance there on stage.
Yeah, showing Scar how it's done.
I was obviously being facetious. Like, the coach's job is very difficult.
Of course.
It's just their on-stage job is very easy.
I tend to agree. The second half of it's just pretty much you phone that one in. The champions, of course, are locked in. So, guys, head to Twitter and let us know who you think is going to take this game. Tweet hashtag WFXWin or hashtag TIPWin to @LOL Esports. You know, Kobe, I want to see the coaches get together and, like, make routines. I want to be like figure skating.
You want to have someone have a really complicated secret handshake?
Yes. Oh, my God. I would love that. Coaches out there, I know you're listening in the player rooms. Secret handshakes.
If you want freaks love.
And who doesn't?
Too bad, because it's mine.
Well.
All right, well, let's see how this double AD comp gets off the ground, because a lot of it does depend on strong early game here, you know? A lot of the double ADs are picked for the mid lane matchup to get some sort of advantage in just the laning phase.
True.
Ezreal into Kassadin is one that will afford you that, so they are doing, when you're going to run a double AD, this is the situation you want to run it into. But it's going to put a lot of pressure on him. We'll see what sort of lead Xiao can accrue against Pobelter. Generally, Xiao is great at putting the extra pressure on his lane opponent. Adrian, though, going to want to keep mid lane warded fairly well. We'll see if Rush can keep up vision, because on a champion that's not Lee Sin, Rush, if he's not buying a Sightstone on Lee Sin for the Lee Sin plays and the mobility, he's put a lot more emphasis on buying early damage and skirmishing with the enemy jungler rather than controlling vision around his lanes. And if you have double AD, a lot of it does hinge on turret pressure early, you know, and making sure that the lanes are free to exert their pressure.
Well, if you can keep the enemy jungler down, then that's available. So we'll see if that's something that Rush can do here.
See if you can find him.
Yep. Let's see what we got. Team Impulse looks like they're going to be taking Gromp at the early stages. Now, Sivir is actually one of the worst Gromp killers of the AD carries. So I expect them to take quite a bit of damage here.
Leona's pretty good at it, though, so maybe he'll balance it out. And both of the side lane camps being taken by the bottom lanes. So we'll see, are they both going to share the experience or focus it more onto... Yeah, they're sharing.
The only time I don't like sharing is when you support Zyra. You let them start the lane with plants. It's stupid. You just immediately win. It's so much fun.
And they both get the lane, 2 minions down. Sivir Leona, though, loves to shove. They are not going to get the opportunity. Good job there by Altec. You can see, even though he didn't get the harass off with that buckshot, just want to smash those minions as quickly as possible. Don't allow the Targon's stack Leona plus Sivir to get shoving early. And Apollo with a really early spell shield here. So he's not gone for the trading build, though. A lot of people on Sivir like early points in Q and Spell Shield to go for really strong early trades, or going with the W for shoving.
Yeah.
But they weren't able to get off the shove with the W. Just going with the Spell Shield here to block that harass.
I'm personally a big fan of Ricochet because you get guaranteed harass that way. You're getting 30-ish damage. Ooh, late Spell Shield there. Time the first one, didn't get the second, but yeah, he's getting 3 ricochets for 30-ish damage apiece on Altec and Glebe, so he's able to wear them down slightly. No sustain in that lane, really.
All right, Rush looking for some early vision, though. Trying to keep track of Vi. Vi is definitely a champion that you can keep down early, especially as Rek'Sai. But Helios just going hard farm, as he should be.
Oh, more minion. That's 3 for Glebe. That's going to mean Black Shield.
Yeah, remember, that's the reason why Rush hesitated right there. If you go in, you give away your position for a gank that you know is not going to work out.
Oh, he missed the E. Black Shield comes in. Early flash by Altec. I'm surprised Altec flashed, actually.
Yeah.
He didn't need to. Glebe did.
Well, he already had used his Black Shield. He really didn't want to take any damage in lane, I guess. Didn't want to get knocked up. That knock-up would have taken quite a bit of harass.
Yeah, there's no magic damage, though. The Black Shield was going to hold till he reached turret, because it had just gotten put on him. But either way, it is the flash used by Leona, but both flashes used by the Winterfox bottom.
Whoa, yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice Altec did use his. Yeah, Black Shield should have given him the confidence to keep it.
That's what I meant. Like, Glebe had to, yes.
I see, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we're good. Helios, though, farming the whole time. On top of a ward, though, that's a good freaking ward.
Well, Impact there, taking a long journey down into the jungle to place it. Wants to keep his lane free of intervention. As we said, though, since Helios saw Rush show down bottom, he's been confident that he will not be interrupted in his hard farming route. And he's going to get to level 6 fairly early on. Wow, slow spell shielding here. Apollo takes a lot of damage.
Yeah, things he does not need to have happen to him, though. Trading back and forth. Glebe running low on mana, but the potions are gone for most of these players now.
All right. Here comes Helios to clear out the extra tunnels. Now, whenever there is a gank like that from a Rek'Sai, you do want to clear out those tunnels early as possible, because not only do junglers like to revisit lanes where they blow flashes, obviously, but Rek'Sai is so good. Since he's already left a tunnel there, it makes the second gank way easier. He'll have the cooldown back up again. You basically get twice the distance, and if their flash is down, it's going to be very troublesome for you. That's why I really like for Rek'Sai to make tunnels close to your turret, because they're hard for the enemy to clear and provide you with really strong follow-up ganks.
Have you seen tunnels used as bait before?
Yes.
Like, pop this tunnel,
Very
just
much.
kidding, come through it.
Very much so.
A lot of fun tricks for Rek'Sai players. You're seeing, though, Impact doing a good job of beating up Avalon in the top lane. We saw him battle just a second ago, but overall, that is going Team Impulse's way.
Yeah. Impact definitely showing his experience up here in the top lane. Instantly closing onto Lissandra, not letting him spam Qs, get off that Maokai combo, which is deceptively high damage.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if Maokais do start a camp. They put out quite a lot of magic damage in lane once he closes that distance. Xiao Xiao, by the way, did make good use of the matchup discrepancy here. Pushing in Pobelter, keeping him down in CS.
3v3, they know Vi is coming. They go for the knockup, though. Of course, no flash available means a lot of damage, and Altec exhaust onto Rush, though. Big burst of damage, summoner heal, not enough. Helios gets first blood. He's going to get chased, though. One hit to kill him. The Q from Apollo does take him down. And a TP from Impact.
Yeah, teleport used. They won't see a follow-up because Lissandra was harassed so low. This complete control of that lane was Impact. So they have a lot of opportunity here to work on the turret. I don't know, though. Just the Doran's Blade, it would take so long to take down the turret.
No,
yeah, he's just gonna go. He's gonna go push anyway.
Yeah, they'd be stuck in lane against a BF sword. There's no way you can take that kind of matchup.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so let's take another look at this. Another missed Zenith Blade here. Rush does get the knockup onto Altec, but even though Helios misses the Q here on Vi, good kiting back. They're able to pick up the first blood. Flash right there. probably could hope to get away with it. Not quite sure about the cooldown of, you know, Silver Boomerang. But all in all, first blood given over there to Winterfox. Summoners traded, and the teleport disadvantage, I think, is going to be the biggest difference. Because Avalon does have his ultimate, and if this Leona Silver lane continues to shove, which they probably will, they have to worry about, you know, deep teleports from Avalon now instead, because Impact cannot answer.
Yeah, without flashes, you have to expect they're going to play much more defensively. Adrian could not get out here. Now, the kill went onto Helios and onto Apollo, which means slight disparities in items here. Basically, plus a longsword for Helios and plus boots for Apollo.
All right. Now, Helios has not made... There's a Zenith Blade that lands.
Sivir ulti burn for that one. Rek'Sai shows up, but there was no counter engage, so...
Sivir ultimate down. Now they really have to be careful with their positioning, and they need to communicate with Impact constantly, because it's Impact's job to try and shove this Lissandra into her turret and keep the pressure on top lane so that she cannot freely use the teleport. This is one of the biggest and hardest points for a lot of teams, is the communication between top and bottom lane at this midpoint in the game where teleport is a big factor. It's a really big bonus to your team if your top and bottom lanes can actually work well together. And Impact is doing his job. He's just completely pressuring Avalon, keeping that up in the top lane. Might even be able to force him to use his teleport to get back to lane. That would be the ideal situation.
Oh, that'd be so rough if that were the case. But it looks like Avalon will be walking slowly.
He's going to lose a minion wave.
Or floating, I guess, on a bed of ice to get there. But
sliding?
Sliding. Floating? I don't know. Which one does Lissandra do?
Skate. All right, though. I'm really curious why there hasn't been more mid-attention from Helios, especially with seeing Rush so often on the map, giving up his position. Even post-level 6, we haven't seen him go mid. And I really expected him to burn a flash gank towards the mid early on to try and relieve pressure on Kassadin and try and allow Pobelter to secure some CS, because he's going to get bullied versus Ezreal. And the flash Vi ganks are really, really powerful. You don't have to hard farm until level 6 to have an effective gank. Flash Vault Breakers coming out of the Fog of War mid lane are definitely going to burn something from the Ezreal.
Yeah, I feel like he just saves his E, though. Like, can you really force an Ezreal to be sad when the mid laner has no CC that matters anyway? You
can get a surprising amount of success with the flash Vi ganks.
I trust
especially coming positioning early on when mid lane does not have wards on the sides. It's pretty easy since Ezreal's always focused on punishing the Kassadin, you know, and harassing him while he's CSing and shoving up. It's actually deceptively easy to have an impact early on.
All right.
But didn't go with it, and still has the ultimate available, so
yeah,
maybe we will see something. It looks like he's heading up top. He wants to punish Impact for his aggressive, constantly shoving Maokai. And it is a lot of CC up there. If you have Vi and Lissandra ultimates available, long amount of lockdown.
Xiao, we're seeing spam ulti on cooldown. With a tier and a blue buff, he can just literally Q every time it's available and bring that ulti cooldown super short. Looks like he will be going for the Triforce Manamune build. Haven't seen much Iceborne gauntlets from the mid lane Ezreals. That's fine.
Impact going to get baited in. Looks like it. Here comes Vi, and the CC chain.
All right, the ulti gets burned onto Impact. Of course, the ulti is there, but it just doesn't seem to matter. A lot of damage coming through, and there's a second kill for Helios.
Yeah, especially as a melee. There's pretty much nothing you can do in that situation except play more defensively. So, good job there. Helios makes great use of his first Vi ultimate, securing the kill and relieving Avalon for a little bit. Teleport is back up for Impact, though. He kept up pressure long enough to even out those cooldowns.
So the minion lead just suddenly disappeared after all this. So despite Avalon getting bullied repeatedly, he found a way to get his farm, and one gank turned it all around. Great Black Shield by Glebe. Ulti is up for Adrian, but they're not going to commit for anything here.
Yeah. Well, you can shove on Lissandra pretty early, but she doesn't really have a problem spamming out those Qs, especially since Impact left the lane, teleporting bottom.
True, yeah.
Pretty easy to collect some CS.
So hey, Helios made it happen. Winterfox just starting this game. Not with a gold lead because of the laning power specifically of Xiao. But Rush unable to make anything happen in the mid lane here. Of course, Pobelter level 6 on Kassadin makes him hard to gank.
And you have to be a little bit scared for once Pobelter gets to move around the map here. trying to pressure him. Take advantage while Kassadin has no wave clear. And they get their first of their outer turrets. So, as we mentioned, double ADs. It's a lot about the lane matchup, a lot about getting the early turrets. Success on both accounts here for Tip. So their early objectives with this comp have been secured. Now can they bring that towards the mid game though? Because once your mid turret is down, step 2 is drop wards inside around the mid lane for the enemy jungle. Xiao immediately goes for a move into the enemy jungle.
He's going to have to buy Manamune and get some new wards, though. He's got no vision he can put down, so staying a bit risky when Helios is about to have Assault and Battery back up here.
Yeah, something that does help out with the vision, especially if your jungler's not a Sightstone jungler. The upgrade on the yellow trinkets now to get more regular wards is actually really efficient. We're not quite, this isn't the patch for live, so it won't hold charges.
Yeah.
But I do really like either getting that on jungler or getting it on top laner.
Really, on jungler? I would have thought they'd need to sweep wards too much.
Now, jungler, I only say that because you can use Raptor buff very, very frequently, and you buy pink wards. You pretty much, as a jungler, have one pink ward on the map almost at all times. And with the Raptor buff, you have pretty good vision clearing. And I just like one of the tanky options, either top lane or jungler, to have the ward so that the support doesn't have to put themselves in a dangerous spot. Because usually you have the support, the squishiest of champions, doing the most dangerous job going into Fog of War to place your
and then suddenly
line of
shows
vision.
up and life pain. Okay, well, let's see what the ward line is like so far. Team Impulse holding a good number of pink wards kind of all down the river. In fact, I don't think there's any invade paths available to Helios that don't go by some kind of vision here. So good ward line by these guys. Pobelter forced to back up. Impulse still holding that 1,000 gold lead, partially due to the turret, partially due to the lanes. Rod of Ages now done for Impact. Manamune done for Ezreal means we need a few minutes for these items to stack up. And unless they feel really powerful, I don't see why they would want to pick a fight just yet.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're comfortable continuing as is. Now the early turret going down, they may have been able to swap Lissandra over towards mid if they really didn't want to give up that mid turret. But Impact put in so much pressure.
Xiao burns the jump in. Pobelter's going to trade blows. There's the kill picked up. Now can they kill Kassadin? Impact TP's in. Lissandra's late, but it may be going to be enough. Rush does get the kill on Pobelter, but look at all this damage from Helios. He's doing all the work. Avalon picks one up for himself. 5-2 Winterfox.
Now, Pobelter only got assists from that, but it's still very big for them. Let's see if they can actually get the dragon. 2 versus 4. They should probably be able to secure it. All right, so that is going to be dragon plus bottom turret here for Winterfox. And this will be a strong play. Helios on by. Definitely happy with his play. 4 kills to the jungler, as it should be. And he will be able to destroy one of those 80 carries late game. The only thing is, let's take a look at this outplay here once again. Now, teleports do come in. Let's take a look at the teleport time, because Xiao obviously going to go down really early. Impact the first one to react with teleport. And then after they secure the kill, Avalon answers, and they're able to lock up Adrian. What blew up Pobelter there?
Right from the far right, he queued him.
Rush queued him.
Yeah, from off screen. That was the one time, I think the only time I've seen Xiao actually arcane shift forward, and Helios was there.
Yeah.
Like, what a way to have just bad psychology.
It's kind of the thing I was talking about for the lane phase, how you can take advantage of the Ezreal in that matchup. All right, Avalon, though, going to do his best to survive.
Impact does have turret aggro right now, so does Rush do enough damage? Impact still holding it, and he pops right back out. Lets Rush get the solo kill. Very nicely done by Impulse. Now Pobelter doing plenty of damage to Xiao. This mid lane matchup suddenly looking pretty difficult thanks to Sork Shoes.
Yep. Now Pobelter's the one shifting forward. Collecting those 2 assists. Rod of Ages stacking up with the magic penetration. So that top kill actually gave them the turret and the blue buff. Fairly large advantage there. Tip, strike back. Now they're hovering around mid here. As Pobelter keeps harassing Xiao, they want to continue to target him. A tower dive is pretty dangerous for them to go for. And Rush coming in to help.
Altec putting some weight down on the turret, though. Looks like some progress is getting made. Not too much more. Cooldown boots and a phage for Xiao. Very much focused on poking. I'm actually curious to see if he went for any extra cooldown reduction in build. Looks like no. When Link played Ezra, he actually ran cooldown blues for even more poke. Ooh. Not the build Xiao is going for, though.
Does have blue buff right now, but again, Pobelter relentlessly shifting in to get harass on Xiao, forces him all the way back to base. He kept down Cassidy fairly well during that laning phase, but
a couple of assists.
Couple more skirmishes like that.
Yeah.
And we will see the reason why so many teams early ban this champion.
Maybe we'll see Xiao himself carry with his gigantic minion lead, 172 on him. He's definitely big. He's most of the way to Triforce. When that power spike does come in about 20 minutes into the game, he'll be a scary force to deal with, and it'll rely on Winterfox's engage to get rid of him. So maybe the outplay will exist. We'll see. Glebe getting the pink ward down, being the squishy support, getting vision control. Looks like they see enough members of TIP to be safe. Now pressure being applied top lane.
Let's see. They did see Xiao on the bottom side, so Winterfox with a little bit more confidence venturing into the enemy jungle to try and get that vision down for their picks. Kassadin, Vi, Morgana bindings haven't quite had as big of impact as of yet. Helios also. Now when you're facing a double AD comp, I've actually been really happy with the effectiveness of skirmishers lately, especially on Vi, because she has no problem getting to her targets. But late game she sometimes does have problems dueling the AD carries once she gets there if they have decent heal. But against double AD carries, there would always be a good target to use skirmishers on. He's stuck with the Trailblazers though. I mean, either skirmishers or stalkers, both of them help you in some way. Stalkers will slow down the AD carry so you can actually stick to them. Skirmishers just allow you to survive longer in the heads-up fight. Whereas Trailblazer, since he got ahead early, I do not like, I actually just don't like holding on to Trailblazer at all on Vi, because she doesn't have a problem, especially later, clearing even AoE camps.
Yeah.
She destroys them really quickly.
He's pretty good, yeah.
So late game, one of the other smites, a lot more effective. I'm definitely trending more towards the skirmishers. I feel like that 20% late game damage reduction is really underrated.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Especially since they have Kassadin for slows and Lissandra for CC. Vi probably won't even have a problem sticking to the target. We'll see, though, how the team fight does play out. You know, as TIP, as we said, they do have the pretty quick front line here. Maokai and Rek'Sai going to try and keep their AD carries safe.
So we'll see if they can do that. But so far, not a lot of aggression's been had by Team Impulse. Dragons back up in 50 seconds. Of course, Winterfox already have 2 to their name. Pobelter so far staying safe. So far, not getting punished in his farm anymore at all. And Altec as well, being given a lot more room to farm in the bot lane. He's not being opposed by Apollo either. And that means that the Graves is getting very far ahead of Sivir.
Lesboy talking about the brothers, of course. The brothers Shin, Avalon, and Helios. We'll see if they can carry. So far, Helios is doing a great job.
Oh man, yeah.
Carrying with the Vi. And he is going into super tanky build to survive double AD. As I said at the beginning, double AD's problem is towards that late game when there's that one tank that just builds all armor.
Yeah.
Eventually they have a really... Oh!
With the tormented soil set up by Altec. Tick from 9 health. Okay, pink ward control now here for Winterfox. Adrian missing a lot of his ease this game. Ulti comes in, dashed away, 2 slows only.
That could have been bad. Quick black shield on himself there for Glebe. Luckily, Altec was able to dodge the solar flare and they weren't punished for it. Swing over to mid here for Team Impact. Let's see if they can actually gain positioning.
Yeah, of course,
they have to be worried about flanks though. Okay. This is the squad. You're double AD. Your main concern is getting flanked.
Good damage on a rush. Altec getting plenty for that dark binding. Again, Adrian missing the Zenith Blades. Now Altec going for it, misses the ulti. Apollo pops his, and Rush in the front line, so much damage. Altec claims the first kill of the fight. Helios forced back, Avalon buying a lot of time, but Impact still tanky, still looking for some fights, does pick up Glebe, but a trade back. Helios finds another one here, 2-1 in this fight so far. Winterfox looking decent. They find their third, another great fight for the blue team. And actually, they're not done. Pobelter gets one spell shoot, but takes down Apollo all the same. Xiao pops cleanse, flashes from Helios, does not get the last turret shot. 4-1 that fight.
That was just a great job of Winterfox picking the battlefield right there. Spread out in the open like this with so many angles to attack Impact from is exactly the area that they want to fight on. They got around that front line so easily. Maokai could not reduce damage for the AD carries, and Apollo there got very few auto attacks off. Great job there by Altec, using that black shield to go super aggressive. Impact want to punish them for it though, so.
Yeah, so very smart by Impulse. Rek'Sai ult, everyone got low for the fight. Yes, Winterfox got +3 kills, but the fact you've got a global teleport on your jungler means you can make things happen. And Xiao actually stayed healthy throughout that whole battle, so he is still pulling his weight. Problem is the team fights themselves aren't going well.
Yeah, the skirmishes out in the open are not exactly what Impulse want.
Yeah. Again, they don't really have the champions that can control the types of battles being done. The black shields from Glebe have largely been very, very good at stopping all the Leona engages. And without Solar Flare, there's no good hard engage left on the team.
I mean, pretty much Team Impulse have to use a lot of their CC defensively here. Winterfox have such a good team for diving in on a double AD. Very strong setup here, and we will see if they can get something organized here. Set up the front line and actually get the DPS that they want out of their double AD carries.
All right, now there's really only one AD carry that I care about, and that is Altec, who is destroying this game so far. 2-0-3, highest CS in the game as well. And on Graves, you know, the funny thing is, I thought it was going to be, okay, Altec can carry the show as their one attack damage threat. Someone's going to build magic resist. It was actually Helios who's actually doing a lot of that work. With his one offensive item, he's still picking up kills in team fights. Zip.
All right, well, they still, again, this Winterfox team, even though they're the ones with the lead, they don't have the squad for taking down turrets and sieging up, so they'd much rather try and control vision around neutral objectives. And again, draw Impulse out into the open so they can get another one of those fights where they can just completely circumvent this front line.
We'll see if that's the case here. Winterfox unfortunately did lose one of their dragons that they would have liked to have. So that'll slow down their pacing on the win via neutral objectives.
All right, quick shove up here from Winterfox. And actually a bit disorganized Impulse. Never mind. You can easily cover that up with a Rek'Sai ultimate.
And the cooldown's only 90 seconds here, so.
Altec thinks that he's going to help out in a 1 versus 2 here. There were 3 members of Impulse up top. They all back away, though, and it looks like they do not want to defend this outer turret, so Impact left alone. That will be an objective that falls for Winterfox. The last of the outer turrets just given up here from Impulse, and they don't really push hard anywhere else.
Yeah, there's no pressure bottling.
Well, they have no deep vision, so they have no idea about what objective Winterfox are targeting. They have no idea what the plans are for Winterfox, so it forces Impulse to play very, very safe and very scared here.
And scared they are. Third turret goes down. Who would have thought the double AD comp is slower to getting all 3 outer turrets down? Winterfox playing, well, pretty darn good game.
Let's see here. They haven't, you know, they haven't even really shown much focus towards that last bottom one.
Yeah. Apollo, though, is going for the high damage build. I do like this, by the way, with double AD comps, because there are such big armor tanks. You have to itemize in a way that actually kills off tanks. So items like Phantom Dancer and potentially even Last Whisper third, you have to have that kind of build. Youmuu's would suck here.
Well, let's see if he actually gets auto attacks off to use it, because that was a big problem in the last team fight. Apollo got very few auto attacks off because of the disorganized nature of the fight. Cutting off Helios and Glebe. Everybody
they get the
collapses.
knock-up onto Helios. Black Shield's already down, so where can he even go? Pops the ulti on the rush. The fight continues. Exhaust on Apollo. He goes down to Altec. He's not able to get the attack stop, as we were talking about. Xiao chased by Pobelter. There's a second kill. Winterfox, that was a solo kill, by the way. Now Rush being chased. Dark Binding lands from Glebe. Make that 3-for-0 in this fight, and they're not even done yet. Helios kills a wolf.
And again, Winterfox thriving in the spread out team fights. The first 2 targets to go down in this, obviously, 280 carries, assassinated both of them. I mean, even Helios didn't have to ult either of them. Pobelter solos Xiao, and the rest of the team cleans up Apollo here.
Yeah. Team Impulse, they needed the Morgana or the Lissandra or to pick a Janna for themselves, but Leona, I really think not the right support for this type of composition. They're not able to shape the battles the way they want. And once again, Winterfox get the battle.
Let's take a look at their decision here. Because up top, you can see the 280 carries come down. And they are in a good spot to begin with, but Pobelter jumps in onto Xiao, and Leona is trying to peel everyone. Adrian first tries to lock down Kassadin, which is really difficult for her, then turns around to Solar Flare Lissandra. There are too many threats pulling this team apart as both AD carries are split up and taken out.
So great assassination by Winterfox. Helios so far ahead, just tanked up the first half of that team fight. Didn't even have to flinch for it. And now 12-4 in kills over and over. Winterfox winning the team fights. And now in control for Dragon. Spawns in 20 seconds. Uh-oh, Apollo forced to flash away. Another big summoner gone.
I mean, for this team from Impulse to really work, they would have to have like a much better early game, and then followed up with vision control. Remember the point in the game where Xiao had this big minion.
Impact jumped on Pop, sealed defensively. Pobelter in towards the side. Now, can they do enough damage? A decent solar flare, but there comes Helios. Takes down Xiao. And just so much damage comes in from Altec. Another pretty clean fight. Look at that Winterfox taking down 3 for 2. And they're going to get Dragon.
All right, let's see if Pobelter can finish off Impact here. 1 versus 1 with the tree.
Some good work from the Maokai, actually.
2 versus 1.
All right. He's going to make like a tree and leaf, if he can.
You cannot get away from Kassadin, though.
Maybe he doesn't want to, though. He wants to kill Avalon. The lane started that way.
2 versus 1
Impact. Oh, no. Are you serious? Flash W. Can we get it?
Serious.
W. Not in range. Aww.
Whoa, he dumped a pink ward to see if Pobelter was going to come stop him.
So actually the battle went 3 for 3 and no Dragon. I take that one back. I'm very surprised that fight went so well.
Well, let's see how it started out. See, Helios doesn't get off the Vault Breaker, but he ults in to finish off Xiao. Helios, Xiao. Oh my goodness, they use everything to take on Xiao. Keep your eyes on Apollo, though, because he does take out Helios, but now he's just cutting back and forth. This short-range Shiver, even though his tanks are taking a lot of damage, he still is not confident to get in attack range because all these threats have jumps. Lissandra, Kassadin, they can easily switch targets from killing the tank to jump on that Sivir as soon as he gets close enough to auto-attack.
Yeah.
They still have not been able to fight anywhere where they actually have a wall against their backs. They have no way to cut off all these different angles for Winterfox to attack them from, and they keep paying for it. Impact is able to salvage it there with a good heads-up play 1-2, but it's really hard for this squad that Impulse have picked to pull back from a deficit.
Right.
Now, remember when Xiao had that big minion late and they took down the outer turret, and they had this big opportunity to start getting deep vision down, that's where a team where you're picking Sivir Leona with this team, which you kind of have to get the early lead and the early vision control so that you can use that Sivir ultimate to chase someone down when Winterfox are split up. If you don't do that, then you're going to have a really hard time peeling because all of your engage is really, it's very offensively oriented crowd control that Impulse have brought. They haven't brought the peeling that they need to play from the defense. Winterfox, though, they've been there. 5 men for every team fight.
Yeah.
Not been split apart, and it's great team play.
Absolutely.
As long as they don't split up against the Sivir team, don't get teleported on out of position.
And they've managed to keep their farm up the whole time as well, so impressive that they've grouped while still killing off plenty of minions. Their gold income's fine. They're up 4,000 gold.
Oh,
Mid
man.
lane once again swept away.
Helios has his Thornmail now, too.
Yeah.
Second armor item completed.
Impact now getting jumped on, down to half HP. Ulti from Vi, so much burst comes through, and they take him down first. Adrian now in the front line. Both tanks get eviscerated by Winterfox. Some damage, but they're fine.
All right, let's see if that is Baron. Everybody at half life, so Miracle, Baron, Steel, and Ace on the menu for Impact. Oh, rush.
Uh-oh. Helios, Pobelter. Rush on a half HP. He's still tunneled. He doesn't see very much here. Couple of ward spots, some of this. Winterfox still lurking around, but looks like these Death Climbers not going to turn into much. There's a 2 for 0. No Baron. No catches. And Team Impulse allowed to breathe.
All right, yeah. Now Impulse just fighting to get even vision in their own side of the map back. I don't think they've ever had a deep ward this entire game. They've always been pretty much on the defensive. It's going to have to be a real big misposition from Winterfox for Impulse to snowball this one back in their favor.
Yeah.
Let's see, though. Pink wards, they are working around the Baron pink ward coverage. Winterfox return to the site to defend their vision foothold that they established.
Leona lost her flash for that. So Winterfox still really trying to control Baron area. They are forcing cooldowns because of this.
Yeah, and I love the focus here. They're sticking to the plan. They aren't just walking up to a turret and fighting in a suboptimal setup here. They're continuing to just stay in the middle of the map, draw Impulse out into the open, and attack them from all sides.
Oh, Rush takes a bit of poke. Good bind as well. They don't want to chase it. Look how patient Winterfox are. They land a max rank binding on a jungler. And let it go. Israel ult, just a spot where they were. Kind of a strange choice there. It's going to be down for an impending team fight, possibly. Mid lane got pushed. Winterfox clear it though. Mid's going to reset. Bot lane is pushing in towards Team Impulse though. Xiao taking a lot of poke as well. He's got to be careful. Helios goes for the ulti. Knocks back 2 on the way. In comes Pobelter. And there's the first kill picked up. Helios traces life for it though. 4v4 fight. Avalon in the front lines. He will get taken down. 2 for 2 in kills so far. Rush forced away. Adrian now going to get knocked down though. And Pobelter still on the chase. Can Impact get away? Toss the sap, but there's no Krugs to jump to. Altec still dealing damage. He should be able to rift walk in the next 5 seconds or so. Impact forced to flash. 3 for 2. Advantage Winterfox.
Yeah. I mean, I would actually check the damage charts after this game and see if Altec did more damage than both AD carries combined of Impulse. Because the way the team fights are, all of Impulse are concentrated on their AD carries kiting, so you're doing less damage, and then all of their front line is trying to backpedal and peel for those AD carries. So Altec, the entire team fight, both times, Altec is always free firing. Pobelter and Helios combine with the ultimate from Altec to immediately take one of the AD carries out, and then they still have that Lissandra ultimate for Sivir.
Yeah.
Then
Really
there's
good
0 damage to it, and Altec the entire time on Graves. He's free to be on the front line.
Yeah, that's what I love about Winterfox's team comp. So many of these champions have backline reach. Violence and ulti, great. Graves can ult across the entire line. Pobelter can jump all the way down. And then Avalon, who gets locked up by Maokai, heads up by Impact, saves the ult, says, I have a second target. I'll go for Sivir later, finds the choice. Really very great individual plays by Winterfox here.
Yeah, credit to Altec too, because Graves' ultimate will explode on the first target hit. He needed all of that range to get all the way back to Xiao. Deep arcane shifted into the rest of the team, but he threaded the needle there and got the explosion that he required for the kill. Dragon coming up in 5 seconds should very easily go to Winterfox. They already have Crab as well as some vision. Oh, Rush is in a dangerous position here. Winterfox don't have deep wards inside the blue though, so this may be the last-ditch effort from Impulse.
Rek'Sai's able
Trying to
to
deny number 4.
We'll see. We've seen a couple steals before from Rek'Sai players. Maybe this will be one of his. He's going to teleport him right now on the flank. It's going to force Team Impulse to run away right now where they lose the fight. That TP secures the Dragon. Nice play, Winterfox.
Yeah, number 4. I mean, if Impulse went for that, it might have been the last fight of the game.
Yep. That would have been game over.
Yeah.
There's no way.
So They pull back. That is number 4. You don't want to risk your game for number 4. However, everybody abandoning mid lane as well. They're split up. No Rek'Sai is going to have to use his ultimate.
Black Shield means no root from impact. Ulti comes if they hit Glebe, but Adrian's lost so much health. The front line gets eviscerated. Leona's gone. Giant AoE comes out, though. Maybe Impulse can turn this one, but it looks like not. 2 for 0 so far. Make that 3 for 0. Altec does finally die. His first death of the game, but Rush now stuck alone. Does not kill Pobelter. Red buff not quite enough. That is a 5 for 1. Winterfox win another fight.
Single-digit HP there for Pobelter. Rush got robbed, but that is going to be their move straight up the front line here. And Winterfox can take turrets after they've killed every single champion on Impulse.
Yep. Helios, the rest of the crew, 4 members alive, no AD carry. Unfortunately, it is 5.2, so inhibitor turret damage is actually, or inhibitor damage lower than you would hope from the AP champions, but it's okay. Winterfox they get out cleanly. There's no chance of getting caught.
All right, so let's look at this time. Impact goes on Helios. Sometimes they've been trying to chunk Helios out early, but pretty much no battle tactic has worked for them. Xiao and Apollo both flashing into the same spot here, so we actually see an Lissandra ultimate there. High value, would say.
Yeah. What's interesting to me is there's actually more AoE damage than you expect from Team Impulse. Everyone is grouped on top of Impact, and he got a basically full absorption, rank 3 Rod of Ages Maokai ult off on everyone. You land a full Ricochet and a full Ezreal ult, you can actually chunk out most of that team. Unfortunately, Impulse are so far behind already, that's just not going to matter anymore.
Yeah. I mean, anytime you do have Sivir, you have to have in the back of your mind how much AoE she's putting out. A lot of it goes sort of unnoticed. You see the big boomerang coming at you, but the Ricochet damage really stacks up late game.
Yeah. If she just gets a Ricochet off, it's like 500 damage on everyone. It's actually more than Boomerang Blade would deal, by the way. Yeah. Well, roughly. One side of Boomerang Blade's less than that. The fall off is pretty significant, though. I guess actually, yeah. Ricochet would probably out-damage Boomerang Blade in the average team fight.
Right now, though, they actually have a minion wave bottom, and they're trying to shove against super minions here. Basically, all they can really hope for would be to get some vision down, and again, hang their hats on trying to pick somebody straying off from Winterfox. They really got to grab somebody unawares.
Who do you even grab? 4 of them jump, and one of them has Black Shield.
And 3 of them have Zanyas.
And all of them have armor. Oh my god. Yeah, this is going to be difficult. I'm not sure what Tip can do. They're holding the mid line, though. You see they're actually staying outside their base trying to not give away
getting
control.
in position.
There's the engage. Good block by the front line. They actually blow up Avalon to start. Now maybe they can take down Pobelter. He forces to Zhonya's. Vi comes in, but by herself. Xiao's able to kite back. Maybe TIP can do it, but no. The damage comes back in. The counter engage. 3 kills picked up in a row. Now it's only Impact alive. He cannot solo this team. It's going to be a 5 for 2. Probably.
Let's see why Kassadin is the premier assassin in Legends.
Nope. Nice try.
Wow, he got so much mana back from his W auto attack as well on champions.
It's max rank at
40% missing. Enough to finish off the kill, and that should be the game as well for Winterfox. Really nice play here.
All right.
Assassins versus the double AD.
A bit hard earned here by Winterfox. The team not able to easily siege, so they play for the team fight and the objective control. 4 dragons in. They win the last team fight they need to. The mid inhibitor was already gone. Nexus going to fall as well. In 42 minutes, Winterfox find their 3rd win of the season.
Again and again, you know, we keep seeing why Pobelter on these assassins is the go-to strategy for Winterfox. It's much easier for them to design their team around Pobelter having one of those types of champions than designing a different tactic and forcing Pobelter to play a more support-oriented champion like Lulu.
I really do like it. The 3 returning members of this Winterfox squad, Helios, Pobelter, Altec, all of them with great performances. At least 8 kills apiece on those 3. The early heavy lifting was done by Helios repeatedly, ganking amazingly. And in the mid game, all carried by the damage output of the other 2. Avalon, despite getting bullied around early game, I do want to say, team fought rather well. A lot of questions were on him. How well would he do? Were people going to cry nepotism? Oh, it's Helios' brother. Like, why do you even get picked up? But despite getting beat up by Impact, had a great job played really well, I should say, in team fights.
Yeah, the Lissandra ultimate crucial in this. You need, you could see it in the last team fight, they needed every single lockdown that they had to take out both AD carries.
Yep.
Pobelter diving with both Helios and Avalon. Everything came together.
It did. They kept finding the scattered fights. You talked about it, the fact that they wanted these battles that are spread out, a bit chaotic, and that was exactly what they got. They didn't succumb to Ricochet. They didn't succumb to the vengeful maelstrom of Maokai. These big AoE heavy hitters that actually would have made a big difference on a team that is 4 squishies and a Vi. That very easily, Winterfox could have lost the fights to Burst, but spread out and didn't get AoE'd.
Yeah, I have to see if some teams go with some harder peel or better peel and ban out some of this hard engage for Winterfox, because that's the assassins and the hard engage for Winterfox is really where they find a lot of their victories, even when they had the sub squad.
Right. And the one last thing I want to say though is Team Impulse. Last game, everyone got confused. Why'd you go for Yasuo? This game, I'm so confused. Why'd you go for Ezreal? This comp works if you pick any other sort of frontliner, good diver. This comp I don't think works for double AD carry. Strange game from Team Impulse. Got outplayed by Winterfox. Of course, grats to WFX. But guys, we've got some people at the Analyst Desk to walk us through Winterfox's victory.
Thank you, Freak. And I want to talk about just that, what he mentioned there at the end. The fact that they chose Ezreal into this composition. Last week, they chose Yasuo into a composition, and I'm not sure where or how it fits.
It fits in the lane a lot of the time, and I think they're overvaluing those Xiao counter pick and losing scope of the overall team composition. Obviously, there is a reason, but it does appear like if you take Ezreal out of this team composition and you look at the 4 that they have, Maokai, Rek'Sai, Sivir, and Leona, that is a good composition to run and zerg the enemy team. And you're against some assassins, so you think tanky, you think strong, the assassins won't matter. And they pick Ezreal and it falls apart.
Yep.
Like, just completely falls apart.
Yeah, they have no way of really protecting the double AD carries when the other team has a Morgana. You can't peel off the person who has Black Shield. And you're full physical damage. You don't have a magic damage dealing top laner. Maokai does some, but it's not enough to be another threat that draws attention away from the AD carries. If you're an AD carry player out there, I have 8 words for you, and it's triple dive, burst assassin, hard engage, Black Shield.
That's too many words.
All of them together,
I can't remember.
all
all
those
that.
together
That's too many
suck
words.
for you. They really suck for
Yes,
you.
those are
Because you're
all
like,
awful.
even just 2 of those together, you're like, that really sucks for me. But all 8 of them is way too much to deal with. You could see the pressure there. They have so much on them. It's a just hard engage, backline destroying team composition.
That's the thing. I don't think it was meant to be a double AD comp.
Right.
No,
I want
I don't think so
to
either.
go
It's like
back
that.
to Jat's point of the pick was seemingly for the lane phase,
And
right?
it worked.
Ezreal, and it worked. I mean,
Yeah.
he was up 40 plus CS on a Kassadin, comes out of the lane phase very strong, but has no utilization within the team comp, right? It's all well and good if you come out of your lanes ahead, but if the team can't utilize that lead to then bring a victory about when they're relying on you to carry, then it's all for naught.
I do want to talk about a lead that we did see utilized, though. Helios did not go with a greedy damage build. Straight Randuin's Thornmail to shut down the composition. He allocated his gold perfectly there. Really, really like that. It was really intelligent.
Well, and then that begs the question about target selection on the side of TIP, okay? Because we have to recognize the fact that, well, that's the comp they chose. So let's analyze the comp that they chose and how they played it, which is that more often than not, there was too much time and focus spent onto Helios in the front line, who is the one person on the team who stacked armor against a double AD comp.
Yeah, in organized team fights, they had no choice because he was killing their AD carries, but there was that one fight in the jungle where they caught Helios out of position,
Yeah, let's pull that up, and I'll have you walk through it. We're going to go 27 minutes into the game. It ends up being a 3-for-0 for Winterfox.
Yeah, this is where Impulse got caught in trying to come back in the game. We can roll this right now because remember there's one person on Winterfox that has armor. 200 armor at this point, it's Helios. And they go on him. They don't go on Glebe because they don't have faith in catching the Black Shield. But then as teleports come in from Avalon, as Pobelter flanks, everything falls apart because they committed onto the one person they couldn't kill and they got collapsed on by all of the damage dealers, and that was kind of this game in a nutshell. I don't want to overcrowd this conversation with, man, that team comp really sucked, but sometimes it just does.
Yeah.
And it's too bad because there were bright spots if this composition works a little bit better. Early on in the game, Maokai was destroying Lissandra. He had that one TP down to the bottom lane, kind of lost his lead, and then he got punished for over-aggression. Like, if they had that strong Maokai with, say, Xiao's Orianna, which is really good, and suddenly they have a ball of stats and tanks and shields and speed running at an assassin team, and it's great. I'm really disappointed because that could have been a good game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we saw individual plays being made. I mean, Impact had a great 2v1 turnaround, so you know the mechanical ability is there. It's the execution as a team that still seems to be off kilter.
Yeah, their execution is really strange, but I actually want to talk a little bit more about the point that you had about just jumping back for just a second.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to add on to that. We saw Impact going for Blasting Wand and a Ruby Crystal.
This is the top lane matchup.
Instead of a Catalyst. He was playing to crush that lane, and it was really good by Winterfox and Helios and Avalon to bait him in because they saw his over-aggression, and they're like, he's going to go after Avalon. He doesn't respect this player. He keeps going in on him and chunking him down to half HP and basically rendering him useless. I think Impact was sitting there going, I'm very confident in this matchup. I'm going to crush this guy. And then he got into overcarry mode, where he's like, I got to make a play with bottom TP, waste it, loses pressure.
To Helios' credit, he actually played this game really well. Like, we can say all we want about Impulse having a bad composition, but you still have to execute.
Absolutely.
And the Vi ganks were on point. The top lane gank, I think the first time all game Xiao Arcane shifted forward, he was there.
Yep.
Like, he really played a great game.
I want to call back to the beginning of today's show where we were talking about Winterfox and the fact that maybe they're looking at a summer split team. They don't have their whole roster. What are the bright spots here for them, though, at least in the immediate future, holding on to Glebe in that support role and the way that they're playing as a team?
Helios.
Helios
is doing a really good job.
Spot.
Pobeltron carries.
Yeah.
And I think Avalon is actually stepping up and not dying. I think is a big step for him because if you die in lane against Impact, you give him so much more pressure and control over the map. And then it's a Maokai that's ahead in levels, ahead in base stats, ahead in base damage, and he can actually do something about your front line.
Yeah.
They didn't let him get to that point. So Avalon not dying was really good and actually a big point of improvement for them because he's been kind of the guy that's like, he's engaging too hard and then he's dying and nobody else is there to back him up. So I think that has taken a step forward today, albeit a small step. But I think it's something that they can look at and be like, that was actually pretty good.
Jat, thoughts?
To me, they have shown success on assassin-based dive compositions, and they need to build around those strengths. All their losses are with Lulu and Morgana mid and stuff like that. So
Well, and
I think
they put Altec in the position to be aggressive, which we know him as a fairly aggressive AD carry. He had the black shield, and given that the other team was trying to kite back, he was happy to flash in as Graves and be in the fray.
Yeah, I think a big part of that is they don't have problems starting fights. Because Avalon is starting these fights, even when they don't want them.
They'll go.
But the fact that now they have people to back him up when they do these dive compositions, exactly. I think that's really something that they need to look towards and actually define their style as being more like that because it's working out for them.
All right, yeah, exactly. A solid win there for Winterfox, as we said, with still an uncompleted roster. There will be more league action coming your way. Up next, Dignitas will look to continue their climb up the standings when they face off against Cloud9. The NALCS continues after this.
Dignitas.
All right, boys, if we win today, everyone gets a girlfriend.
Wow.
All 5 of you.
I've always wanted a girlfriend.
One brand new girlfriend.
Going forward, misses the ulti. Apollo pops and Rush in the front line. So much damage. Altec claims the first kill of the fight. Everybody they get the knock-up onto Helios. Black Shield's already down, so where can he even go? Pops the ulti onto Rush. The fight continues.
Wait. Okay, Maokai.
So,
EJ. I'm on S. Okay, I kill S.
I'm on the back line.
Rek'Sai. Level 9 Rek'Sai.
I'm on Rek'Sai.
Nice.
The front line gets eviscerated. Leona's gone. Giant AoE comes out, though maybe Impulse can turn this one, but it looks like not. 2 for 0 so far. Make that 3 for 0. Winterfox find their 3rd win of the season.